Good morning, happy Monday. I hope we've all managed to have a nice weekend. Now today we're going to have a look at subtraction again. We're taking away and we're looking at using the subtraction symbol, okay, to help us record that number sentence. On Friday, we were just crossing out the pictures to remind us of how we subtract, how we take away. Today we're going to use that understanding, but we're going to also write the number sentence to show how to subtract a number. Okay, now can we remember it was Tiny's birthday on Friday and he was 10? How many candles did he have? Can you remember when we have this frame how many there are if it's full? Hopefully you've said 10. He's got 10 candles. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Happy 10th birthday, Tiny. Now he blew those candles out. How many did he blow out? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. And it left 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Now you can see on here how we're crossing our pictures out. 6, okay? Now here is our subtraction number sentence. The really important thing to remember when we're subtracting is that the largest, the greatest number must go first. If the greatest number is not at the beginning, your subtraction is not going to be correct. So if you've got a larger number here or for the answer, then you know it's wrong. This is where the largest number goes. So we have 10, the number we started with. Here is our subtraction symbol. Have a go at drawing that. Okay, just one line, subtract, take away, 6 equals, and then you count how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's have another look. Subtraction, taking away. Have a look, okay, at our pictures. We've got 10 frames again. Which number sentence goes with which 10th frame? Let's have a look. So I know my 10th frame. If I'm counting quickly, I know that should be 10. Take away 3. Well, I know that gives me 7. There's always 5 at the top. 5, 6, 7. So I know I started with 7, and both of my number sentences start with a 7. Now I know that we are subtracting because we've crossed out, we're taking away, but I need to see which one. How many did we take away on here? 1, 2, 3. We subtracted 3. We took away 3. So, can you tell your adult which number sentence? Hopefully you've said 7 subtract 3 equals 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So 7 subtract 5 equals 2. How many should this one have crossed out? 7 subtract 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaving us with 2. So it's always remembering the largest number is the number we started with. Subtract, we're taking away, we're crossing them out. Tells us how many we're getting rid of, equals, and how many we are left with. We've got a bus now. Mo, Eva and Amir all get off at the next stop. This is our number sentence. Read that out at home. 8, subtract or take away. You may even say minus. 3 equals 5. How would I show this on my picture? What would that look like? What are we going to do? How many should be in the bus? 8. Let's show we've got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we have. What do we need to do? Subtract, take away. How many am I going to cross out? 3. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Let us see how many we are left with. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we can see that we are left with 5. Okay, next one. Ooh. Mr. and Mrs. Polar Bear have 8 fish in total? There's Mr. and Mrs. Polar Bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fish. Mr. Polar Bear eats 2 fish and Mrs. Polar Bear eats 5 fish. How many fish do they have left? So I like to circle the numbers so I know what I'm doing. They've got 2 and Mrs. Polar Bear eats 5. So here's our 8 fish. What are we going to do if Mr. Polar Bear has eaten 2? What do I need to do? Well done if you said cross it out. 1, 2, 2. But I need to read on. Mrs. Polar Bear eats 5 fish. So they've gone. She's eaten them and they're in her tummy. So let's count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many fish do they have left? I can see they have 1 left. What would that look like as a number sentence? How would we write that? If you've got some paper at home now, I'd like you to have a go at writing that number story. So what number did we start with? Always the number that we started with. We started with 8. We started with 8. And then we subtracted 5 and we subtracted 2. So I could write 8 subtract 5, subtract 2 equals, but I'm going to put these 2 together because let's see how many we subtracted all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can see that I've crossed 7 out all together. Subtract 7 equals, and how many are we left with? 1. Okay, so it's about using what we know about how many did we cross out, write that number equals 1. On your activity sheet today, you have some number sentences like this. So we're just going to talk through how we answer these ones as well. Complete the subtractions and use a number line to help you. So sometimes a number line can be very helpful. There may be, hopefully on your Wakelet from Miss Davenport, a number line if you haven't got one at home. Otherwise, if you're not printing out, you could just write your numbers in order for each sum and you can use that to count back. Okay, so 6, subtract something equals 2. So we need to know which number we started on. We started on the number 6 and we ended up on the number 2. That was our answer. But we need to work out how many did we subtract from 6 to end up with 2. So I'm going to go to 6, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I subtracted 4 numbers to get to 2. Now you could, if that confuses us, and for some children we do find that jumping back in ones a little confusing, you might cross out again, but don't cross 2 out because that is our answer. So if you're going to cross out instead of jumping back, you could cross, start at the 6, remember we need to end up on the 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it leaves me with 2. So 6 subtract 4 equals 2. Again, let's use our number line. Whoopsie. Okay. Something equals 7 subtract 2. That's a funny way to write it, isn't it? But sometimes to check and look at our understanding, we do record the answer first, okay? And we just need to get used to seeing things wrote in this way. So the answer is still going here, but I need to look at 7 subtract 2. So I'm starting at 7, okay, and I am subtracting 2. Don't let that confuse you. I am subtracting 2. So 1, 2. What do I land on? Okay, so I've gone 1, 2. What do I land on? 5. Okay, you've got to be very careful with that method. Again, if you prefer crossing the 2 from the 7 on your number line, you may go 1, 2, and you know you are left with 5. It's choosing the method that you're happy with and that you understand. I'm going to clear my number line. Whoops, I'll just clear it all. 3 subtract something equals 0. So how many do we take away from 3 to get to 0? So let's start at 3. I need to end at 0. So how many jumps am I going to do? 1, 2, 3. 3 subtract 3 equals 0. Now my answer equals 9 subtract 3. Let's have a look. Tell your adult at home. Whoops. Can't delete that now. Oops, I'll just leave that on. It doesn't seem to want to work for me anymore. Oh dear, not to worry, that's not a good start. So 9 subtract 3. Let's see if we can change. I'll try one more time. No, it definitely doesn't want to work. I must have pressed something. Doesn't sound like Mrs. Eastwood at all, does it? Oh dearie me. Right, let's just move on. 9 subtract 3 then. What is our answer? Let's start at 9. We'll use a different colour to show us. We know we need to finish at 3. Okay, how many are we going to subtract? Oh, now look, I've done it wrong. I've been so busy sorting the board out that I've not looked at my number sentence. 3 isn't my answer, is it? No, and now I'm drawing everywhere. Oh, dearie me. Let's start again. This is why we must concentrate, Mrs. Eastwood. The answer, I need to find the answer. 9 subtract 3. So 9, and I'm going to subtract 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what number did I land on? 6. I know that 9 subtract 3 equals 6. So don't worry if you find these tricky today, because you've just seen that Mrs. Eastwood found it tricky when she stopped concentrating, okay? And as I say, if you find doing the jumps a little confusing because sometimes we end up doing the wrong jumps, stick to crossing out, okay? So I would say 9 and I'd cross 3 out, 1, 2, 3, and my next number would be 6. Use the method that you're comfortable with and you understand. Okay, bye-bye.